Hey guys, what's going on today? It's T-Mac here. It's Thursday, January 27th, 2002. I'm just making another video for my college basketball picks today. Yesterday I gave out Marius first half and full game. We split the results. I was 1-1, so I was okay with that. I actually went 5-5 overall in all my games, so that was okay. It wasn't great, it wasn't bad. Move on to the next day. Hopefully we can hit over 50%. That's the goal. So I'm going to give you a breakdown of James Madison at home versus Drexel on the road. James Madison it opened up as a -2. It's now a -4. So you've seen a lot of money come in on James Madison. Um, I kind of, we'll get into that later. Drexel on the road, they're 5-1 ATS wise. So they play good on the road. They're not scared to go on the road and play in somebody else's gym. As an underdog, they're 4-1, so that goes into that away team stat. But they're 4-1 as the underdog, so they go into better teams and fucking play well. That's just what they do. They play up to their competition, which is that's nice to see. As the underdog in general, they're 6-4, so that's good. I like that a lot. Feels like that's an advantage point. There's an edge there. If the home team were to have really shitty home results, then obviously that'd be a big edge. But it's just a something nice to hang on to. You know that they play well on the road. They're not just gonna get fucking blown out. Because some teams on the road are just hideous. But anyways, James Madison at home, they're 5-3 as the home team ATS wise, and 3-2 as the home favorite, and they're 4-4 as the favorite in general. So they're nothing's they're good. They're a good team. Two good teams going at it here. You usually give the advantage to the home court team. Home court team has an advantage of 3.5, usually 3.5 points, and they're now favored by 4. Opened up at 2. It's gone to 4. So, like I said, a lot of money has come in on James Madison, and I'm actually not going to be on James Madison. This is a business. Vegas, you get $1 million come in on one team and 10,000 or 100,000 on the other team. You don't want to pay out that million to the other fucking all those bettors. I know I hate to say it, but it is a business and it is controlled. It's not obvious. You don't know how they do it, or there's certain situations that they can get away with and stuff like that. So I don't think it's rigged. I just think it's controlled. 60-40. Call 60-40 fouls. Call 70-30 fouls. Just, they don't want blowouts all the time because no one will watch it. They need to keep excitement, and that's part of the business. They have to do that because some of these teams will never compete with these fucking people. There's 350 teams, so that's a lot of athletes, a lot of athletes. And in the NHL and the pros, it's a little different because there's less teams, but they have to fucking keep it entertaining. And so I like to be entertained. I like to take underdogs. So anyways, we will break it down a little bit more. So Drexel, well, we'll start with Madison. They're the home favorite. So when they are favored between 1 and 3 points, I'm just doing 1 and 3 because they've never been favored by 4. 1 and 3 is the closest thing. So when they're in games all year, when they've been favored by 1 and 3, they won by 2 versus a 190. They lost by 23 to a 260. Won by 1 versus a 198. Won by 5 versus a 174. So that's not very, very impressive. Those are all against 200 teams basically, and Drexel's ranked 160, so they're better than that, than the teams that they've played at -1 to 3. So you're telling me now that they're -4 versus a 160 team, and meanwhile they've been losing to 200 teams and winning by just 1 or 2 points. Now they're playing a 160 and they got to win by 5. That makes no sense to me. So now when I look at Drexel, when they're a +2 to 4 points, they won by 8 versus a 226. So Madison's ranked at 200, so That's kind of close. They won by 8, so they could win this game by 1 or 2, and if not lose by 1 or 2. It's gonna be a fucking rock fight probably. Anyways, they won by 4 versus a 105. They lost by 8 versus a 130, and they lost by 3 versus a 125. And like I said, you're getting 4 points now versus a 200. They could outright win this fucking game. I might even look at the money line, but there's a guy I respect heavily who doesn't like Drexel. He likes James Madison, so I'm not going to go crazy on the game, but I do love my situation. I like the way I've had it, the way it sets up. Everything looks good, and especially Drexel. They came out their last game they lost, so after a loss they're 5-2. Like I said in yesterday's video, I love teams to back them after a loss because they need to eat, and winning is eating. And if you don't eat for a couple days, your team's gonna be dead. You're not the rest of the season might be just a flop. And that's kind of the way it works. In Madison, they had a win in their last game versus a pretty respectable opponent. They're not as good as Drexel, but they won it, and they ate. I don't think they're gonna want to eat again, but I honestly think James Madison might win this game by 1 or 2, at most. That's worst case scenario, and best case is I think Drexel is gonna fucking hang with them all game, cover the spread. At least I really hope so. Anyways, because it got me a little worried that my one friend there is on the other side. But like I said, I'm confident in what I'm doing. So there's one breakdown of Drexel and James Madison. There are statisticals that I've looked at too. 2-point, 3-point free throws, offensive rebounding, turnovers, all that shit. They seem to match up pretty good versus James Madison. It's not like they're lopsided. They can hang, and they might even be able to win. I'm just gonna look at their records actually. Drexel's an 8-8, so they're feisty. They're not a good team, but they're a situational team. They play well in certain situations, and in other ones they don't. It's just the way it is. James Madison's a 12-5, so I think that's where the public kind of came in, like a 12-5 versus an 8-8, and they're only -4. But I'm gonna tell you that I'm on Drexel, +4. So let's get it. Fucking right. We need it. Yesterday was a 1-1 day, 5-5 overall. Pretty much a wash day. Today's a new day. We have what do we got here? We got that pick. So we got Drexel +4. I actually took them last night at +2. So to get 2 more, I'm ecstatic to get 2 more points. I like Belmere today at 3.5, -3.5. They're on the road. The Pacific game versus Portland. I like that. The under 138. It's going to be kind of a rock fight game situation. So in that situation, when these two teams are going to be at a battle, they're really evenly at battle. I just kind of looked at what do they do well. Both teams in the under, they play defense well. So in a situation like this where they match up well and stuff, they're going to be playing their best defense. I also like today Middle Tennessee at +2. They're on the road. In Delaware at +4.5 versus Townsend. They're on the road. And I also like the over 141.5 in that game. So today it seems like I'm all on the road teams. I hate that. I like my home situations. I like home dogs and home underdogs. Home underdogs and home favorites. That's where the cash is made. So today we're just doing, we're not betting a lot, but we're sticking with our picks. And, let's keep this going. I hope you guys enjoy the video. I'm going to make another one tomorrow because I enjoy talking about this stuff. It gets me excited. It makes me feel good. Yeah, so, hit the thumbs up, hit the like button. That always helps. I'd like to grow this a little bit and catch some traction because, I do have some good information. I used to play at a high level. Not just a high level. I was a high level player. shit all went downhill. I'm not going to talk about that, but yeah, hit the like button, share it up, and hope you enjoyed it. Thanks, guys. Have a good day. Bye.